Have you ever felt like your brain is running 20 tabs at once, and none of them are loading? One tab says, "You should be working." Another says, "Remember that embarrassing thing from 2009? Another is playing music, but only 8 seconds of the chorus. Another is asking if you forgot to respond to someone. And another is just a picture of a frog wearing a tiny hat. Meanwhile, your brain is overheating, like an old laptop opening a PDF from a website that looks slightly illegal. So you sit there, staring, thinking about everything, doing absolutely nothing. And doing nothing does not feel peaceful. It feels exhausting. Your mind is sprinting through a mall with no map, one shoe, and a smoothie it did not order. You are not relaxing. You are buffering. So you tell yourself, "I just need to get organized," which sounds responsible, noble even. So you search for a new system, a new app, a new planner, a new notebook, a new morning routine, a new identity, with better folders. You download something called Focus Goblin Pro. It has a logo that looks trustworthy, which is how they get you. You open it once, it asks you to create an account. You close it forever. Now you feel worse, because apparently you have also failed a goblin. Then you decide maybe the problem is your desk. So you move one pen, find a receipt from 3 years ago, and end up reorganizing a drawer. The drawer has batteries, a key to nothing, 6 mystery cords, and 1 spoon with no business being there. And suddenly, the original task has vanished into the forest. Your brain says, "We are making progress." But your actual life says, "Are we?" Here is the secret. Your brain is not broken. Your brain is trying to protect you from too many open loops. An open loop is anything your brain thinks is unfinished, undecided, or vaguely threatening. It can be a bill, a text, a task, a project, a messy room, a health goal, or an unanswered email. And your brain does not politely file those away. It turns each one into a tiny mosquito with a clipboard. One says, "Pay this." Another says, "Finish that." Another asks why you said that weird thing at lunch. Then one says, "Become your best self," which is not a task. It is a full spiritual construction project. Eventually, the mosquitoes form a committee. The committee wears tiny glasses and calls itself anxiety. Anxiety loves vague problems because vague problems are impossible to finish. It just says, "Your entire future is on fire. Good luck." Very dramatic, very unhelpful, terrible management style. This is why Fix Your Life does not work as a task. Fix Your Life is not a task. It is a haunted mansion with 12 locked doors and a basement making noises. Your brain sees the mansion and says, "Absolutely not. We will watch videos about raccoons instead." And honestly, the raccoons are compelling. They have little hands. But the problem remains. The mansion remains. The tabs remain. The mosquitoes continue their quarterly meeting. So here is the better move. Do not fix your whole life. Pick one room. Not the whole mansion. Not the whole floor. One room. Then pick one dusty corner of that room. Then pick one tiny object. In that corner. Make the task so small that your dramatic brain feels slightly insulted by it. Not get healthy. put on shoes, not clean the house, throw away 5 pieces of trash, not write the project, open the document, not become financially stable, find the bill, not change my personality, drink water, and stop arguing with the ceiling, not build my future. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Your brain may complain. It may say, that is not enough. Good. Let it complain. The brain is allowed to be dramatic, but it is not allowed to drive the bus today. You are not trying to feel ready. You are trying to create motion. Because motion is the secret trapdoor. Once you start, even badly, the fog gets thinner and the monster gets smaller. The haunted mansion becomes a hallway. The hallway, a room. The room, a drawer. And the drawer becomes one weird spoon you forgot you owned. And suddenly the impossible thing becomes normal-sized. This is why tiny actions work. They sneak past the security guard in your brain. Big goals walk up wearing a crown, shouting, "I am your destiny." Your brain says, "Absolutely not. Suspicious. Too large. Call security." Tiny actions show up in sweatpants, holding a sandwich. Your brain says, "Fine, whatever. Just do not make this a whole thing." That is how you begin. Not with confidence, not with motivation, not with a perfect plan. With one small, almost embarrassingly simple action. There is also another trick. Write the tabs down, not beautifully, not in a fancy notebook with a gold moon on it. Unless you already have one, in which case, congratulations to the moon. Just dump the tabs onto paper. No order, no categories, no productivity influencer handwriting. Write the messy list exactly as it appears in your head. Email Mark. Buy soap. Figure out insurance. Why am I tired? Clean fridge. Become legendary. Then look at the list. And do not panic. The paper is allowed to hold the chaos now. Your brain does not have to keep juggling flaming bowling pins while pretending this is normal. Now circle one thing. Not the most important thing. Not the scariest thing. Not the thing that would impress people. Circle the smallest thing that would create a little movement. If it takes 5 minutes or less, that is perfect. Do that one thing. Then stop if you need to. Or keep going if the little engine inside you says, "We can do another one." Either way, you have broken the spell. Because overwhelm wants you frozen, negotiating with the entire universe before you move. It wants you to believe you need the whole map, but you do not need the whole map. You need the next square of sidewalk. One tiny step, one tiny click, one tiny beginning. So close, one tab. Just one. Your brain does not need a complete software update today. It just needs a little breathing room. And maybe, honestly, fewer frogs in hats.